What if your SUV could go 10 years without a single major repair bill? No transmission drama, no electrical nightmares, no surprise $4,000 visits to the mechanic. That's not a fantasy. It's exactly what these 10 SUVs deliver. And in 2026, with repair costs skyrocketing and dealerships playing games, choosing the right SUV isn't just smart, it's financial survival. Stay with me because number one will genuinely shock you, and the bonus section at the end could save you from a catastrophic mistake. I've spent weeks digging through reliability databases, real owner reports, mechanic forums, and insurance data to bring you the definitive 2026 list of SUVs that just refuse to break down. We're talking vehicles that regularly push 200,000, 300,000, even 500,000 miles on their original engines. We're also talking lower insurance premiums, stronger resale value, and the kind of peace of mind money genuinely can't buy. 10 spots, 10 champions. Let's count them down. Dishing Subaru Outback. Kicking us off at number 10 is the Subaru Outback, the SUV that essentially invented the modern crossover before anyone even called it that. Back in the 90s, Subaru looked at boring family wagons, added muscular body cladding, bolted on their legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive system, and created something the world didn't know it needed. Fast forward to today, and the Outback is still one of the most sensible, dependable SUVs you can put your money into. Here's what makes it genuinely remarkable. Properly maintained Outbacks routinely sail past 200,000 miles. I've seen documented examples hitting 300,000 on nothing more than regular oil changes, fresh filters, and new brake pads. Mechanics will quietly admit these things barely show up in their bays. The IIHS hands it a top safety pick plus rating, which means insurance companies reward you every single month with lower premiums. And unlike most competitors who charge extra for all-wheel drive, Subaru makes it standard. No upselling, no surprises. That consistency reduces mechanical wear and keeps your long-term costs predictable. If you're shopping used, the 2020 model year is your sweet spot. Refined tech, excellent safety features, and a price point that won't threaten your retirement fund. Coming in at number 9 is the Toyota RAV4, America's best-selling SUV, and trust me, that title wasn't handed out randomly. Toyota engineered the RAV4 around one core philosophy: build it right the first time, and it won't come back. And the data backs that up completely. Older RAV4 models, we're talking 2010, 2012, are still running on their original drivetrains right now in 2026. That's over 15 years of daily driving without a major mechanical failure. That's not luck. That's engineering discipline. But here's the angle most buyers miss. The RAV4 isn't just reliable, it's financially intelligent. Because Toyota's reputation is so bulletproof, these SUVs hold their resale value better than almost anything else in the segment. You can buy a RAV4 today, drive it for 5 years, and sell it for a price that will genuinely surprise you. Think of it less like buying a car and more like buying a slow, stable investment. It's the savings bond of the SUV world, and in 2026, that kind of financial predictability is priceless. At number 8, we have a vehicle that quietly delivers one of the best value propositions in the entire SUV market, the Acura RDX. While everyone else is lining up to overpay for BMWs, Audis, and Mercedes that require specialist mechanics and eye-watering parts costs, RDX buyers are living the luxury life for half the price, with far fewer headaches. Here's the secret that dealerships don't advertise. Between 2013 and 2018, the RDX shared its core powertrain with the Honda Pilot. That means underneath the premium leather, the noise-dampened cabin, and the upscale badge sits a bulletproof 3.5-litre V6 paired with Honda's rock-solid 6-speed automatic. Same reliable guts, much fancier suit, and the depreciation angle is stunning. A well-kept 2013 or 2014 RDX often sells for less than a used Toyota RAV4, yet gives you more interior space, more features, and genuine luxury comfort. That's a financial loophole most car buyers completely miss. Reliability-wise, RDX owners routinely hit 150,000 miles on routine maintenance alone. Compare that to a BMW X3 owner staring down a $5,000 transmission rebuild at 90,000 miles, and the choice becomes obvious. Number 7 might raise a few eyebrows, but hear me out. The Hyundai Santa Fe has completely transformed its reputation, and in 2026 it belongs on any serious reliability list. A decade ago, Hyundai's reliability record was shaky. But the Santa Fe quietly rewrote that story, starting with one of the most powerful buying incentives in the industry, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's not a sales gimmick. That's Hyundai putting serious money behind their confidence in this vehicle. For buyers who want peace of mind baked directly into the purchase price, not bolted on as an expensive afterthought, this warranty is genuinely transformative. Even if something major goes wrong in the first decade, you're not the one writing the check. And real-world owners are backing up that confidence. Santa Fe drivers are comfortably crossing 200,000 miles on routine maintenance. Oil changes, tires, brakes. Nothing catastrophic. Fuel economy is competitive, resale values have climbed steadily, and insurance rates consistently undercut rivals like Jeep and Volkswagen. If you want affordability and dependability wrapped in one package, the Santa Fe is a genuinely smart 2026 buy. Number 6 is in a different league entirely. The Lexus LX isn't just reliable, it's practically indestructible. Strip away the hand-stitched leather seats and the polished luxury badge, and what you're actually buying is a Toyota Land Cruiser, one of the most mechanically proven vehicles ever built on planet Earth. Land Cruisers are so dependable that they're the vehicle of choice for international aid organizations operating in the world's harshest environments. Deserts, mountain passes, conflict zones, and they keep running. The LX takes that legendary durability and wraps it in premium comfort. We're talking documented examples hitting 400,000 to 500,000 miles. Some working Land Cruisers in Africa and the Middle East have reportedly crossed 1 million miles. The LX inherits every bit of that mechanical DNA. Yes, fuel economy is modest, expect around 15 to 17 miles per gallon. But here's the trade-off. While a Mercedes G-Wagon is hitting you with $2,500 repair invoices, the LX asks for nothing more than fresh oil and a filter change. Depreciation? Virtually non-existent. Used LX models command strong prices because the market knows exactly what they're getting. Buy one in 2026 and you may genuinely never need another SUV. We're about to enter the top 5, and this is where it gets really interesting. The next SUV on the list is one that most compact SUV shoppers overlook, and that might be the most expensive mistake they make. Don't go anywhere. At number 5, the Mazda CX-5, proving once and for all that you don't have to choose between a car that's fun to drive and one that refuses to break down. Most compact SUVs feel generic, functional appliances dressed up in aggressive styling. The CX-5 is genuinely different, sharp steering, sporty dynamics, a premium cabin feel that punches well above its price point. And it does all of that while delivering class-leading reliability. One detail that deserves special attention: unlike many competitors that use CVT transmissions, which are notoriously expensive to repair, the CX-5 runs a traditional 6-speed automatic. Smoother, more dependable, and potentially thousands of dollars cheaper over your ownership period. RepairPal gives the CX-5 an outstanding 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating, and real owners with 150,000 and 200,000 mile examples consistently back that number up. The cabin runs slightly smaller than a RAV4 or CR-V, but what you trade in cargo space, you more than recover in driving pleasure, refinement, and long-term financial savings. Number 4 is the Subaru Forester, and its reliability score borders on the extraordinary. Consumer Reports handed the Forester an astonishing 98 out of 100 for reliability. In an industry where most vehicles score in the 60s and 70s, a 98 is almost surreal. It reflects years of consistent engineering, loyal owner feedback, and Subaru's relentless focus on getting the details right. Now, there's one thing worth addressing honestly: Subaru's CVT transmissions had a rough reputation in earlier generations. But Subaru identified the problem, fixed it, and owners who follow one simple rule, change the CVT fluid every 30,000 miles, report smooth, trouble-free driving well past 200,000 miles. The Forester also benefits from standard all-wheel drive, outstanding safety ratings, and a dedicated owner community that keeps resale values strong. When it's time to sell, you'll recover more than you expect, especially compared to Nissan or Ford alternatives that depreciate far more aggressively. Cracking the top 3 is the Honda CR-V, a vehicle that has spent decades quietly earning one of the most loyal ownership bases in automotive history. The CR-V and Toyota RAV4 have battled for compact SUV supremacy for years, but in 2026, the CR-V edges ahead on handling, standard safety technology, and fuel efficiency, topping out at an impressive 30 miles per gallon combined. That adds up to real money saved at the pump every single week. But what truly separates the CR-V is its longevity record. Early second-generation models from the early 2000s are still on the road today, approaching 500,000 miles. 500,000 miles of school runs, road trips, and daily commutes on vehicles that have never required a major mechanical rebuild. That's not marketing, that's documented real-world performance. Insurance companies reward CR-V owners too, thanks to its IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus rating. Lower risk profile means lower monthly premiums, another quiet financial win stacking up alongside strong resale values that protect your investment when it's time to move on. The CR-V doesn't need to shout, it just delivers year after year, mile after mile. At number 2, a vehicle that has completely redefined what a family SUV can be, and in 2026, it's impossible to leave off this list. The Kia Telluride. When the Telluride launched, nobody expected Kia to produce something that would embarrass luxury 3-row SUVs costing twice the price. But that's exactly what happened. J.D. Power named it one of the highest-ranked 3-row SUVs in initial quality, and that reputation has held as the model matures. Real Telluride owners are reporting genuinely impressive reliability. Families are pushing 100,000, 130,000 miles with nothing beyond scheduled maintenance, and the feedback across owner communities is consistently positive. For a relatively newer nameplate, that's a remarkable track record to build in just a few years. Here's the financial angle. The Telluride holds its resale value extraordinarily well, sometimes better than segment rivals with longer histories. In some used markets, demand consistently outpaces supply. That's the kind of depreciation protection that translates directly into money back in your pocket. Backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 3 rows of genuinely comfortable seating, premium tech features, and strong safety ratings, the Telluride delivers more per dollar than almost anything else in the segment. And at number 1, the vehicle that has spent 7 decades earning its reputation as the most reliable SUV ever built. The Toyota Land Cruiser. This isn't a list placement, it's a statement of fact. No other SUV in history has the documented long-term reliability record of the Land Cruiser. We're talking 400,000 miles as a baseline for a well-maintained example. We're talking million-mile working trucks across 3 continents. We're talking a vehicle so dependable that humanitarian organizations, military units, and remote expeditions choose it when failure is simply not an option. Toyota brought the Land Cruiser back to the American market for 2024, redesigned and modernized, and in 2026 it sits at the absolute pinnacle of the reliable SUV world. The new turbocharged V6 twin-turbo engine carries forward Toyota's obsessive engineering standards wrapped in a body built for the next 250,000 miles. Yes, the price is significant, but frame it correctly. You're not buying a car. You're buying the last car you'll ever need to buy. When repair bills, depreciation losses, and replacement costs are totaled across a decade of owning something unreliable, the Land Cruiser frequently wins financially. The most reliable SUV in 2026 isn't a surprise. It never was. SUVs to avoid in 2026. Before you go, 2 vehicles that could cost you thousands in regret. Jeep Wrangler, iconic? Absolutely. Reliable? Far from it. Recent Wranglers continue to struggle with persistent electrical faults, chronic oil leaks, suspension breakdowns, and the infamous death wobble, a violent shaking that can occur after hitting an ordinary pothole. IHS crash test ratings are marginal, and insurance companies charge accordingly. Unless your hobby is weekend mechanical repairs, keep walking. Ford Explorer 2010s models. On paper, it looked like the perfect family hauler. In reality, transmission failures were arriving well before 100,000 miles, with repair bills frequently topping $3,000. Add recurring water pump problems, electrical glitches, and multiple recalls, and the Explorer became one of the most frustrating ownership experiences in the mid-size segment. Claim rates pushed insurance premiums up, and resale values reflected the vehicle's troubled reputation. Wrong year, Explorer, and you'll spend more time at the dealership than on the road. Here's the truth nobody tells you when you're standing on a dealership lot. The cheapest SUV to buy is almost never the cheapest SUV to own. The real cost lives in repair bills, insurance premiums, fuel receipts, and the depreciation hit when you eventually sell. The 10 vehicles on this list protect you from all of that. They stay out of the shop. They keep insurance costs manageable. They hold their value, and they give you something the flashy alternatives can't. Genuine confidence every time you start the engine. A truly reliable SUV doesn't just save you money, it saves you stress. And in 2026, with costs rising everywhere, that's worth more than any extra horsepower or chrome trim package. So, which of these 10 would you trust for the next decade? Drop your answer in the comments. I read everyone. And if this list helped you, subscribe now, because we cover exactly this kind of money-saving, decision-making content every single week. The kind that actually changes what you drive, what you spend, and how confidently you live. Drive smart. See you in the next one.